What's up? How y'all doing? It's Jared. This is going to be the fourth part of the knife collection. August 2018. This is a cold steel Marauder. Freaking big ass Bowie pirate knife. It's Aus-8 steel. It's got a decent stock thickness, but I love this hollow grind. Just a seriously aggressive knife. I've got it set up on the sheath with this frog. It's a frog that I carved out of, just actually hold into the belt so I can slide that into my belt. Definitely a sick knife. First one up on the list. See if that thing's still actually in frame. This is a cold steel Trailmaster. This one is 01. Another 9-inch blade. Nearly 1/3 of an inch thick. Ridiculous, just choppy, hacky knife. This thing was really popular on YouTube online for a while there. It's kind of died off. You don't hear much about the Trailmaster series anymore, but they were like king for a little bit. Same thing with this one here, actually. This is a SRK, cold steel SRK. Again, this is an Aus-8. It's the old model. They've upgraded their steel choice since this one came out, but I definitely still really like this knife. I carried this knife quite a bit for a long time. Cold steel Boone. Again, Aus-8. And this is an excellent little defensive fixed blade. There is so much knife here it's just thin. There's nothing there. You can stick this anywhere. You can slip it in a boot, in your, if you're skinny, you can still hide it on your body and have it not be visible. This is an excellent choice and it's cheap. Definitely a good defensive option from Cold Steel. I like Cold Steel. They're just unabashed tactical goodness, This is a little bit older. This is in carbon 5. This is a Master Hunter. Cold Steel Master Hunter in carbon 5. You can see the difference just in a little bit of molding there. I refinished this. This would be more of a collector's piece if I hadn't refinished the blade like 15 times. Carbon 5, similar to something like 1095 Caravan. This is a H&K Conspiracy, and I've said this before, but the conspiracy is this thing is ridiculous, and it weighs a freaking pound. I don't quite understand this knife, but I still really just like it because it's so ridiculous. Like, what the crap is this thing? It's not even... Oh, it seems like something a Klingon would be carrying around if it had a big slit coming up the middle. It's just... Yeah, they had a folding version of that knife for a while. It's discontinued. This is a Benchmade fixed blade Infidel. This one is number 2 out of 700 first production run, which is pretty dope. I like that knife. Benchmade 162 Bushcrafter. Look at this sheath. This sheath's looking good. It's all beat up and starting to get some personality behind it. This is probably this is without a doubt my favorite knife overall. If I could only have one knife, it would be this one. It wouldn't actually be this one. It would be this one, which is a limited edition Bushcrafter. 162-1501. This is number 156 out of 400. It's got orange scales, orange accent G10 underneath that, the black opposed from the green and red on the original model. I had an EOD for a while. I sold it. Benchmade Altitude. I think this is a 15200 Altitude. Again, 209 first production run out of 700. This is just a pretty little knife. I really like this thing, but I haven't been able to figure out a way to carry it properly to where it's comfortable and, I actually want to carry it. Because I don't generally like neck knives. This thing pokes me in the belly button when I carry it as a neck knife, but I can't figure out a way to mount it in my boot, but I really like this overall knife. This is definitely some sick stuff here. Look how thin that thing is. Almost non-existent blade stock. It's a nice knife. This is a Buck 119 Special. Classic. Buck knife, Cocobolo wood handle, which I actually think is rosewood. What year was this made? Who can tell me? It's a Buck 101 folding hunter. No, Buck 101 fixed blade hunter. It's the fixed blade version of the 119. No, what is it? 110 folding knife. Fixed, yeah, 110 folding hunter. This is the Buck 101. So many numbers. This thing is still kicking it. I don't even know what that is. Ring dagger. Rip off SOCP. Here's a custom. Look at the sheath on this one. This is a custom from Hard Edge Knives. Rough finished. It's got that forged scale on there. Excellent knife. It's a little hacky thing. You can see how it's bent. It's bent forward. Gives it a really excellent chop with that convex edge. Just kind of a beater knife. I've never actually beat it into anything. I've never used it for anything, but it's another custom from Hard Edge. Little sticker. This thing's got a really horrible heat treatment. Knife Crazy here on YouTube, Knife Crazy channel, actually hinted me on how to sharpen this thing. I had to do it on a belt. An electric belt was the only way I could actually get this thing to take an edge, because stones would just chip it out. It's got a really bad heat treatment behind it, but neat little custom. This is a Steel Will. Love that sheath. Steel Will 311 Courage. Pretty dope Tonto. 7-inch blade. They don't do the compound grind. They've stopped doing the compound grind, but you can still get a 311 Courage. The Courage line they still make. This is a Cutco Outdoorsman. Cutco K-Bar Outdoorsman. This is a $200 knife with straight up plastic scales. And an what is this? It's 440A stainless, or a 440B. It's either 440A or 440B stainless. Plastic handles, a crappy grind. $200. Talk to your local Cutco salesman. Here's another Cutco. I don't even know what this thing is. This is the Double D. It's the Double D Serrated Hunter. The Double D Edge is not bad serrations. I mean, as far as serrations go, it's actually a decent serrated edge. It's a decent shape for serrations. You know, it's not bad. But they market it as like the end-all, be-all, best thing ever. And really, it's just serrations on 440A. This is a K-Bar, what is this thing? The Mini USMC. 5-inch version of USMC. Excellent knife. This is some good stuff right here. The handle shape is a little bit round for my taste, but this is a First Edge 50/50 survival knife. 2.2 inch, or yeah, 0.22 inch thick, L-Max. Ridiculous, just beefy. I mean, this thing is kind of a ridiculous knife, but it's definitely excellent. I like it. Again, never really used it for anything. It's a Boker Bushcrafter, which I've reground and refinished the scales. With a little bit of work put into it, this is a decent knife. Boker does a good job with their 440C. This is a Chris Reeves Green Beret. 5.5 inch Green Beret. Newly acquired. I picked this one up yesterday. I traded my Benchmade 119. The Benchmade 119 Arvensis. I traded that one for this. Chris Reeves Green Beret 5.5 inch. Beautiful knife. This is some sickness right here. Got a Benchmade. This is a Benchmade SOCP. 176. Now this is a 178 model, I think. Yeah, 178 model SOCP. Drop point. Sick knife. Definitely a sick knife. Ah. It's a Benchmade Gitfo. Except it's a Boker Gitfo. Boker plus Gitfo. Kind of that ring dagger design. It's definitely an interesting knife. Very forward heavy. There's a whole lot of steel out here on the front. For as much as they've milled out this handle, they'll reduce the weight. There's not a whole lot of steel in the handle of this knife, but this blade is thick and it's got a steep grind on it, and so it's just, there's a whole lot of weight up front. It's an interesting knife. Cuts like a dream though. That 440C takes a seriously wicked edge from Boker. This is the 2013 McGee collaboration. McGee Cottonmouth Bowie. Again from Boker Plus. It's a beautiful knife. Just serious, like, hacking knife. I need to make myself some space. Schrade. What is this? Schrade D-Holder 2001. Look at that burl. Beautiful burl. BG42 2001, 1 of 400. I think that means there was 400 of them made. Not like this is number 1. This is 1 of 400 pieces. I'm pretty sure is what that means. Alright, and now I'm actually going to move on to my girlfriend's knives. My girlfriend Chom has got a little bit of a knife collection. Most of them I've forced on her, but this is hers. This is a Skeendu. Scottish Skeendu knife. Damascus. Look at the work on there. The file work on the handle. All the way around. Beautiful Damascus blade. This thing's heavy too. It's a lot of steel up front, and it's a push tang into this wooden handle, so there's not a whole lot of steel in the back. It's all up front. This thing just wants to chop. It's not the choppiest blade shape out there, but it is a beautiful knife. This is on the other end. This is not beautiful. This thing is just horrifying. This is a Fred Perrin mini pick, I think. And you can see how that thing would work. That is a mean little knife. Tiny, but it weighs basically nothing. There's basically nothing there, and it's a seriously just deadly ass weapon in the right hands. I like this little thing from Fred Perrin. That crazy French dude. This is her General EDC Spyderco Urban. One of the hottest things in the world's watching her pull this out of her boot. K390. This is a, what is this thing? CRKT Obaki. Nice little, very light, very handy little knife. And this is a CCC, which is a pretty dope reason that she carries this around, because just in case she's going into somewhere where there's security and they might take a knife from her, she keeps this on her, and so they won't take something like the Spyderco or something, a little bit more expensive. So she'll lose this, which is just a piece of crap, CCC folder. But I actually like this thing. I've got a lot of respect for the design of this, because I have a feeling they either stole the design of this, or they're just really kind of ingenuitive as far as, the cheaply produced CCC little folding pocket knives, because this rubber up here actually works really well to give you a pretty good indexing grip. I have a lot of respect for this little thing. Move this one over. That's it. August 2018. It's the end of the knife collection. Whole bunch of ridiculousness. Y'all have a good one.